Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Hello, hello. How are you today? So, pretty exciting day here with the Stampin' Up! World. The seasonal sale started today. And so, beginning today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so November 16th, 17th, and 18th, you can get 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off dies. So that is a pretty awesome sale because these are your basics that you need for your card making and your scrapbooking and all of your paper crafting. So I'm excited to share some of these items with you. Of course, cardstock and ink, can't paper craft without them. I'm going to show you some of my favorite die sets because I think those are honestly, those are a little bit pricier and things that maybe we kind of tend to rationalize and say, oh, I don't need that, or I can get by without it, or it gets bumped from the order. And so I'm here to show you some of the dies that you definitely need. This is the time to get those. 20% is amazing. And you know I'm pretty thrifty. I'm always comparing the prices. And if the bundle is the better deal, then I'll definitely tell you that. But with the 20% off dies, then that's actually a better deal than the bundle. So with the 20% off, you do actually save more by purchasing your stamps and your dies individually. And there's several dies in the catalog here that are not bundled, that don't have necessarily a coordinating stamp set. They're just super awesome, like the stitched greenery background die. My favorite. We're gonna play with that today. Yes, so I definitely wanted to let you know all about that. Hey Diana, hey Luann, hey Wendy, hi Kathy. Kathy's good. She got her order in this morning. Good for you, Kathy. Yeah, so I've seen there are a few things that are already on low inventory, so you definitely don't want to wait. But another cool thing is you can double dip. So how do you do that? So the 10, the 15, the 20% off, the stamps, ink, or excuse me, the cardstock, the ink, and the dies, you can combine that with the starter kit savings special. So the starter kit this month is already slashed $50. So it's usually $99 and you choose $125 for the product. Stampin' Up! Has slashed that price. You can now do your starter kit for just $75 and you still get the $125 worth of product. You pick it out, whatever you want. So if you get the additional savings on here, that means you can add even more to your starter kit, which is awesome. And then we have our new catalog pre-order and celebration pre-earn starting December 1st. So if you join now, you'll be all set to take care of and take advantage of that as well. So really, really cool. All right, so if you're just joining, love it that you're leaving me comments. Don't forget me that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe. I think we've run into a little bit of an issue, as I know I've had some new subscribers, but I've had several unsubscribes. So what is up with that? So ladies, if you're watching, if it is red, that means click it, okay? That means subscribe. If it's in black, that means you've already done it. So you don't touch it again. Once you're subscribed, you don't want to, I need you to stay here. So don't unsubscribe, okay? So if it's red, click it. If it's black, leave it alone. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera here. We're gonna get started. Okay, I do have a special, my host code here for November. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. The seasonal sale. So QKHDGB94. Alrighty. So like I said, 10% off cardstock. So that's both the 8.5 by 11 and the 12 by 12 paper packs. So if you like making those 3D items, or if you're a scrapbooker, I thought it's awesome that you can get the 12 by 12 packs as well. 15% off ink pads. That is Stampin' Up's classic ink pads, okay? That's all of our water-based inks. It does not include the non-Stampin' Up branded ink pads like your Memento, your StazOn, or your Versamark, okay? These don't count. Just the Stampin' Up branded classic ink pads, okay? And we have so many colors of these that good time to stock up if you're missing any. All right, and then dies, you can, so those colors you can find here pages 122 to 123 of your annual catalog. And then if you're looking for the number for the 12 by 12 cardstock, that is on page 126. It comes in the assorted color families, so your brights, neutrals, regals, subtles, and then each of your in color packs. All right, so your dies are at the back of the catalog here. So there's several dies. It starts out on page 157. These are the bundle sets, but it does give you the number and the price for just the dies themselves. And like I said, with this sale being 20% off dies, this does actually come out to be cheaper to purchase the stamp and the die bundles individually. Okay, on page, so we got lots of dies. Page 162 starts the dies that are no longer bundled and that don't have a bundle. For example, the basic borders, okay? Those are brand new. They're new to the catalog. They don't have a specific die or a stamp set. So love that we can get all of these at 20% off. You've got the Give It a Whirl dies here, so which is really cool. Those if you like to do the spinner cards and things like that. Yeah, so Luana's asking if the 12 by 12 includes the white. Yes, so that's the other thing. If you're thinking about cardstock, and it's a great way to try out some different colors too. You can do the assorted packs, you can do the individual, and don't forget to stock up on your basic white. Basic white is what we use for all of our stamping and layering. And then of course you're gonna need a pack of the thick basic white if you like to do your card bases out of that too. So yeah, even basics like white are included in the sale. All right, I was gonna pull out a few of the favorite dies to mention. You guys know I love the iconic dies on page 163. Remember these cards, you can go back through my channel here and watch the videos for these. If you love the ferns and the mushrooms and these gorgeous little flowers, all right, these are all part of the iconic dies pack. So awesome. I know I'm planning to get the dioramas. We have a cute little otter set coming up as one of our celebration items. And so I just think that'd be so cool. The diorama, you can do cute little water scenes, so many other neat things. Of course, you've got your basics like your circles and your rectangles. We use those on just about every single card. We have our picture this dies, which are a lot of fun. Again, you can go back through my channel and check out the previous videos on these. They're fun squirrel cards here. Of course, this one also uses my favorite, the stitched greenery background. Look how vibrant that is. And that is just run through on old olive cardstock. All right, so we're going to be using that a little bit more today. Just so many great things on here. You've got your alphabet dies too. Okay. And then we're going to use the stitch triangles today, do some fun stuff. You've got your whimsy dies, the tags. Now, often thought we've had tag punches, but man, it's nice to run these tag dies through. They already have the pre-punched holes, and you've even got little dies for reinforcing those as well. So another great, really useful set. All of your labels. And don't miss this one too down here. This is for those little mini coffee cups. If you do craft shows or just do fun treats for your friends, these are really cool because then you don't have to get out your pencil and trace and try to cut that with scissors. So much nicer and easier if you can do just run it through with a die. Okay, and if anybody has any questions on any dies, just let me know. I pretty much have most of them, and so so I can tell you all about them and show them whatever you want to see. Just let me know. Okay, so for our first project here, I'm going with a bright color palette. The sun is shining today. It's beautiful out. I think I'm resisting the fact that we had our first real snowstorm yesterday. It didn't stick, but it was an icy, freezy, rainy, mushy mess, and I don't like winter. So I'm gonna channel those wishful thinking of spring, summer, better weather. I'm using a thick basic white card base here. So I'm going to run that up here at my 4 1/4 inch. This is 5.5 by 8.5. So I'm going to run it on the 4 1/4. Make sure you use your lighter blade, your scoring blade, not your dark for death. Okay. The lighter one. When you're using your thick whisper white, excuse me, your thick basic white, you definitely need to pre-score this. Just gives you a much nicer, smoother fold here. You don't end up with any of that cracking. All right, our cardstock is a wonderful quality, and it is nice and thick and sturdy. So yes, you definitely need to pre-score that. Wendy says she feels the same way, likes to hibernate in the dark and the cold. Exactly. I am not a winter girl. That's why when we go on vacation, we often go somewhere warm and sunny where there is a beach. Okay, so like I said, bright and cheery. I'm pulling out two of my favorite colors. You guys know Coastal Cabana is my all-time favorite color. So I am pairing that with some Bermuda Bay here. So Bermuda Bay is just a little bit darker. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to layer this right on top of our basic white. Strangely enough, I'm not using any ribbon today. I am letting the dies and the beautiful cardstock and papers be the star of the show here. Okay, so next thing we needed is a layer of Coastal Cabana, 3 3/4 by 5. All right, now check out this stitched greenery die. It is one thin metal plate, but it's got that wonderful stitching detail. When you run it through your machine, it's awesome. It takes up, you can do an entire card front. Okay, this whole die is, does it tell me the size on here? It's 5 1/4 by 7.5. All right, so you can do your whole card front, even up to a large card, using the stitched greenery, and it pulls out so nicely. Beautiful. Okay, so stitched greenery is on my must-have die list. Okay, and now's the time to get it at 20% off. All right, so then as you can see on here, I've got a rectangle. So stitched greenery, yeah, that's kind of like the pretty ones. Your stitched rectangles and your layering circles and things, these are just must-have essentials because everything looks so much nicer when it's got a nice little stitched detail on here. So you can see I've already run it through, so I just need to kind of pop this out here. Honestly, if I were smart, I should probably order an extra set of stitched rectangles just because I use them so much. And when you make as many videos and prep as many class and workshop packets as I do, they get a lot of use. All right, so slowly pulling that out here. All right, so that gives us kind of a neat little feature here. What I'm going to do is adhere this one first. Yes, Kathy, I agree that it's much better to do letter writing in these colder days. I truly appreciating being able to stay home and write letters and not having to go out about nearly as much as I had previously. Especially when it's cold and rainy. Yep, I'll happily sit inside and write letters and and type and all that stuff. Okay, so this looks a little funny here to start with, but what I've done is then cut a layer of the basic white. All right, so this basic white layer is 2.5. So 2.5 by 3 3/4, and that works out to be the perfect layer behind this die, and this is die number, I'd say this is number 4 if you're counting up from the middle here. All right, but look how many dies you get. You get all of those, plus you get like the longer, these are more of the, I don't know, is there a standard rectangle shape? Like your card base size, and then these are the narrower, skinnier ones there. So you get a lot of dies in that set. All right, so we're gonna layer these on top of each other. Add a little visual interest, a little pop with that white in there. Okay, and then we'll cover the hole back up. Okay, little paper fiber there. All right, so I thought that was kind of neat. Kind of does a little. So we've just used one layer here of Coastal Cabana, but by die cutting it with that stitched rectangle, it's kind of neat. You can do multiple layers, but really you haven't used any extra cardstock, which is pretty cool. All right, so now we need to add some fun extras. So I've pulled out the artistic dies. Now these go with the awesomely artistic stamp set. All right, and so for this one, I'm using that gorgeous long leaf, and I'm using the gold foil. This is of the gold and the rose gold pack here. All right, so I'm just pulling these out. So I had die cut it, but I hadn't punched any of it out yet. So, and this foil paper is some pretty sturdy stuff here. Okay. Oops, here we go. And you can see I did it out of the corner there because that way I don't waste any, and I've still got room. I can do another whole piece there. All right, but we've got our beautiful leaves here. Let me try to get my my little die brush set here. Pop this in. So I didn't have any trouble. They all popped out of the die itself. There's not even any little pieces left in there. But we'll see. So I'm going to just run these through a little bit. I'm thinking this gold foil really doesn't like to come apart here. So I might just for video's sake, I think I'm just going to leave it as is because I don't want to spend the time to poke all of them out while you're waiting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of leave it as it is and stick it on here with our glue dots. I am going to pop out this little big, that's an oxymoron, this piece there, hunk from the center. All right, so we'll put some of these on with our glue dots just right where they all kind of connect here. The nice thing about these is the leaves are definitely big enough so that you can put adhesive on here without worrying about it showing through and getting all over your whole project. Okay, let's add a few more. We've got lots of little leaves and branches. Okay, I want one over here. All right, so we are going to start to arrange these. And I'm just going to press those down. All right, I do have a glue dot up there, but I'm going to use an extra. Isn't that pretty? I love that Coastal Cabana and the Bermuda Bay with the gold popping through. All right, if you discover you need some extra glue dots, go ahead and use your scissors or your take your pick tool, and you can place some few more on here if you need them. Thought I had a glue dot there, but apparently not. All right, just remember, don't pick the dots with your fingers. All right, use your tools for that. All right, good. That's not going anywhere. Okay, so again, pulling in our stitched rectangles. This time we're using the smaller one. All right. Oh, Luann's cracking some jokes on here. Love it. All right, so I actually did, if you're using basic white, you can usually get away with doing 2 layers at once. And that way you'll have some left over for another project. But we need a nice little greeting here. So let's see, what kind of occasion should we use? How about tasteful touches, and we'll just come in with your special. How about that? I love it. I think it's the perfect size here. And we will use our Bermuda Bay. All right, I had everything so nicely organized when I started, and goodness, even in just a few minutes, wham, everything ends up in a huge mess. All right, let's do this. Beautiful. Okay, so then we'll put on a couple of dimensionals. Yes, well, I had a brand new sheet of dimensionals somewhere. Don't know where they went, so I guess I'm gonna have to use my minis because that's what I've got handy. You know, I'm gonna trim the edges here. I'll just do this. Okay, and then go ahead and kind of tuck them under just a little bit. Let's see here, kind of layer it in here. Beautiful. And then we need some bling. So should I use gold or should I use the Artistry Blooms sequins, which have this fun kind of an iridescent blue-green color? So I've got those. All right, I have some Pool Party Holiday Gems. Our garden gems from the Eden's Garden will work really nice. What are your favorite embellishments? What do you guys think? Hey, Honeybee in Florida, welcome. Hey, Naomi, glad you made it live. How are you today? All right, so you guys let me know what your favorite embellishments are, or gold. I've got those as well. Okay, and we'll add a few fun doodads on here, but isn't that pretty with that brushed gold? And then we've got the leafy background there from the stitched greenery. Gorgeous. Okay, while you guys are thinking about embellishments, I'm going to prep here for the next project. All right, and what we need to do for that, I'm going to use that other half of the basic white cardstock that I used here on the first one. Okay, so again, since it's a 5.5 by 8.5, I'm going to put it in here at 4 1/4 and score it. Okay. All right. Yes, Naomi, it says simple but beautiful. I love that. Isn't it so pretty? It's real classy. All right, Kathy's saying she thinks gold would look nice. All right, let's check out the gold then. I have lots of the gold gilded gems. So let's pull out. We've got some large and small. These come in different sizes. All right. So let's see here. Let's just put on a couple. I'm going to use the smaller ones because I don't want to overwhelm it a little bit too much. All right, but yeah, let's just add a few of these smaller ones around here. Okay. Yeah, aren't they pretty? Yeah. Woo! That one's hopped on me. It's a hopping. Yeah, we'll just kind of dance them around just a little bit. We don't want to overdo it. Just keep it very, very classy. All right. Good, good. Looks like everybody's in agreement there. All right, so that is card number 1. Okay, so card number 2, I'm using the other half of that basic white cardstock. Okay, so for this one, similar color combo, going with the Bermuda Bay again because it's just a fantastic color. So make sure that you add a pack of this cardstock. Or if you don't think you need a whole pack, go ahead and get the Brights assortment. That works well too. Okay. And then this time, instead of your traditional basic white, I went with a shimmery white. I don't know, can you see the sparkle on that? I wanted something. I'm actually going to pull out the rainbow glimmer paper for this next project. You guys know how much I love this stuff. Isn't it pretty? Oh my goodness. Love my rainbow glimmer paper. It's absolutely gorgeous. All right, so that's why I'm continuing the sparkle and doing the shimmery white on this. Another fact about the shimmery white cardstock, it's because it's a little bit heavier than your traditional basic white. It's also great for watercoloring and different ink techniques because it's a little bit thicker. So it works really great like that. Okay, so this time I'm using the stitched triangle dies. And if you haven't seen these, again, huge die set. You've got all of your different shapes, your right triangles, your isosceles, all of your really good at trigonometry and all of that then. And your oh goodness, that was not my favorite subject in school. But who knows, if you asked me to find the length of the side of the triangle based on the angle, again, I might still be able to do that, but I haven't had to do that in quite a while. So, all right, so I'm using this is the second largest here, the one that's kind of like a pennant. All right, so I die cut that. So we've got some of that beautiful Bermuda Bay blending down to some Granny Apple Green. We're going to put that on first here. All right, I'll just kind of pop it on. Here we go. It's a little to the left. It's not centered. It's okay. All right, so that was number 1. And then we are using number 2 of the right triangles there. All right, so I have a random piece of that. And then use the smaller one. All right, so I've got a piece of that, and I had some scraps of the glimmer paper, so that's kind of, I went with how the dies would fit on my scraps, and that's kind of what I went and worked with. And then, of course, the rest of my stitched rectangles. All right, so this time I did a long skinny piece instead of the shorter one. All right, so love all of this. Let's pop these up with a few dimensionals. And again, we've got that fun stitching detail on here. All this good stuff. Sometimes it's just good to have your basic shapes. So it's fun that you've got triangles now too. If you're a quilter or anything like that, it's fun with these triangle dies. You can mimic the look of quilting with your dies, which is pretty cool. All right, let's just kind of layer these on here. Random points. All right, so totally quick and simple, just making a fun little geometric project here. And then we'll take our banner, and again, let's pull in that Bermuda Bay ink, and we need just a fun random sentence, something fun on here. So how about, hey friend? I think that'll work. Hey friend, how are you? Okay, let's see. And yeah, I think it'll just work. If it doesn't, then I can, paper has two sides. We'll flip it over and we'll do something different. Okay, so let's not stamp that on top of the card though, just in case I make a boo-boo. Don't want to take any chances. All right, let's go right here. Yeah, I think that worked pretty good. All right, kind of whimsical, fun little font there. This is the In Symmetry stamp set. Great one there. All right, dimensionals hiding underneath my sequins. All right, so Luann says that now she needs the stitch triangles. Of course you do. Yeah, these are fabulous. Now there is a stamp set that, or I guess when they originally came out, there was a stamp set that coordinated. Honestly, I didn't care for the stamp set that came with them, so that's why I just went with the dies. But again, that's why this sale is pretty awesome, because, you know, if there's been things that you've been waiting on or putting off because maybe you didn't like both the stamps and the dies, you know, and now you don't have to feel guilty about, you know, just getting the dies. You can do that if you want. So, so it's all good. All right, now let's pull in. We're definitely using the Artistry Blooms sequins on these. All right, so we're going to just add some fun elements to these. Again, keeping it clean and simple. All right, let's just go down here. There we go. Voila. Really didn't take long at all, and just used up some scraps. But what do you think? Channeling the Bermuda Bay today. Wishful thinking on warmer climates, all of that. And of course, because we have the glimmer paper on top of the shimmer paper. Oh, so much sparkle. It's amazing. Love it. All right. Oh, Honeybee says she needs to use her triangle dies more. Exactly. Yeah, so you can just do something simple. You can get really ornate. I'm definitely going to have to do another video and doing some more intricate things with the triangles and how you can arrange them for... I have to get with my aunties who are the quilters in the family and have them come up with some fun layouts for me. I think they'd be up to the task. So awesome. So again, don't forget, make sure you take advantage of the seasonal sale happening now. Get your 10% off your cardstocks, 15% off your ink pads. I know with me, I'm still using, I know somebody mentioned that in a previous video, for the most part, I'm still using a lot of my older style pads, but with this sale, it's definitely a nice time. Since I can get the newer pads for 15% off, I can fill in some of the gaps in my collection, replace some of these if I want, or if you have the older linen style, then this is a good time to upgrade to the nice firm foam pads here. I definitely like those. They fit in the nice stamp storage containers here that we've got really nicely. And then of course, 20% off your dies. So this sale is only for the next 3 days. Today, the 16th through Thursday, November 18th. And I'd love to have you join my Creative Cardiology team. So if you really want a knockout deal, then add these sale items to your starter kit. Pick out $125 of product. You can go right up to $125. You can't go over, but get as close to the $125 as you can. And you're only gonna pay $75. Whew. It's a $50 savings right off the bat. Your shipping is free on your starter kit. And you could be a Creative Cardiology Team member. We'd love to have you. Yes, absolutely. Some great perks coming up. And yeah, we have a pre-order coming up for the spring catalog too. So awesome things. Just another thing while we're at it, I will need to pop on and do another video, but the retiring and carryover list just came out for the July to December mini catalog. Pretty much everything is retiring for the most. There's a handful of items carrying over, but if there's anything that you haven't gotten here, I will give you a heads up. I'm deeply saddened to see that Beauty of Tomorrow, these items will be retiring. Oh my goodness, I love it. That paper is so pretty. The other one I love is the Peaceful Place. I know it's a little weird saying everything in kind of like gray tone, but honestly, this cabin and the die set and even the polar bears, they are so adorable and completely different from anything that this is not a duplicate. It's nothing that we've had in the past. So I love how unique that is. And again, these are all retiring. So take advantage of that sale. Get your order in. Use my host code. Feel free to message or call me if you need help with your order. Be happy to help you with that. And if you have any questions about the starter kit as well, give me a ring. We can chat about it. Find out what the best thing for you is, and love it. Yeah, so take care, everybody. David's got some time off coming up, so stay tuned for some upcoming videos because we'll be having some sneak peek appearances by my stamper himself, my hubby David. So, excuse me, who knows what we have planned, but it'll sure to be a laugh, that's for sure. But again, please thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Love you guys. Thanks so much. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.